we all know like EFF is a future. We all know like EFF is the future. Remember, my name is MD. In today's videos, we're going to react based on the white Afrikaner who are part of EFF, you know, who see the future in EFF, who see EFF as the future solution to save this country. Because it was so scared, people were so surprised, so like, no, you can't tell me white people, they are EFF. It was like, why? It can't happen because of most of people, they believe EFF is against whites. But I don't know, EFF is fighting for everyone. Even Malema speaks like, I'm fighting for everyone. And can see them like now, they are welcome. They are welcome and can see like, this is so beautiful. But the only thing I'll say to you guys, this is an open discussion. It's an open discussion. No one is targeted. No one is targeted. We are just education. It's educational open discussion. You can comment. You can share your thoughts on the comment section, on the chat if you're watching. So like, let's go.
But they reckon those who criticize them should give Julius Malema's party a fighting chance.
Me as an Afrikaner.
Say like this, say like me as Afrikaner, I want to give Julius Malema a chance. I want to give Julius Malema a chance, but this thing is so hard. People, they will never believe. They'll be like, wow. I'm telling you in this comment section, people are going to say like, wow, I never saw someone, especially like because of like now, you can see how Afriforum is taking Julius Malema to court in and out. Maybe they take him to court about that one with a gun. Malema found guilty with that one. They took him with a chant. Malema passed the court. When Malema passed the thing, they took the matter to international. You understand? But they never saw the side of Julius Malema when he said like, I don't fight for white people. I'm not fighting with white people. I'm fighting for white supremacy. He said like, I'm fighting for white supremacy. If you can listen the words of Julius Malema, if you can listen the words of Julius Malema, say like me, I'm fighting white supremacy. White supremacy is people, the race, that thing is better than other. They treat others like they're not humans. Yeah, it's like that people, you know, like when someone thinking like it's alone in this life. You don't see others like human, you treat them bad. You just remember this what he's fighting for. And again, like we all just Malema under 7 pillars of EFF. There's a thing called 7 pillars in EFF, things that they want to achieve. Is the number one is a land reform. They want the land to return to the owner. Those one who was forcefully removed from their own land. They call it historical injustice because of what happened during apartheid. It never been fixed. It never been fixed. So like those who have been forcefully removed to your land, now you can claim your land back. It never came to that attention. It never came to that attention. You understand? So that's what EFF is fighting for. But we see like beautiful Afrikaners like EFF is what we are going for.
White Afrikaner male in this country. I thought about this very hard and long, and I decided, you know, something has to be done. I think the EFF is the best alternative.
It's like EFF is the best alternative at this stage. We are checking high unemployment rate. Julius Malema is always speaking about high unemployment rate. But think about equality. Everyone should have a land, should share a land, because of we can't live in a situation where like other people they own 70% of the land, others they own 4% of the land, but we're living in the same country and we are busy praising one South African, we're all South African, but others they're living their best life. Others they used to say like if you go to South Africa, others people they used to say this, and I'll be listening very carefully. They say like if you go to South Africa, it's like you're going to 2 different worlds. When you go to townships, you go to where like people are suffering, they stay in the shacks, and they don't have electricity. it's hard to go to school. The kids, they don't have shoes to go to school. But when we go to town, we are going to a new world where like everyone is living the life that everyone wants to live.
This stage to make a dent into the two-thirds majority, which the ANC holds at the moment.
I got all their manifest and I read through it.
This is so beautiful. Say like I got manifesto, because it tells you, say like I got manifesto. I got everything that EFF is talking about, the policies, the manifesto, and they are not racist. This is so beautiful. It's clear like before he wanted to be the part of EFF, he did research. Before I wanted to be the part of EFF, he did research. So like now I was busy there with my research, searching. I was busy with my research, searching to say like, okay, I see like EFF is going to do like this, EFF policies do like this. It's protect everyone. It's protect everyone. Maybe someone can say like, EFF is not protecting everyone. EFF is doing this and this and this. But like EFF, guys, man, let's be honest. Because of it gives people that image of like it's only fighting for blacks. Not like that, because of it understand the history to say what happened to the past. So we don't allow those past to happen. So let's fight for those who have nothing. You understand?
They are not racist. They have no plan to be racist. They are not going to nationalize everything. Only certain sectors of the economy.
Julius Malema has made it clear that expropriation of land without compensation is non-negotiable for the EFF. Rode, who calls himself a Boertian, grew up on a farm in the Free State, and he says he agrees with the party leader.
I support the way EFF.
You say like this guy say like I support the way, and Julius Malema does not stand down. He does not stand down, and it takes to notice to say we understand what happened to black people during apartheid. Maybe like there's were lots of white Afrikaners who joined EFF. They say like maybe they put themselves in the shoe to say like we understand what happened during apartheid, and like now we are willing to go with EFF to what they say, because of EFF is fighting for equality and the land reform. The land must be returned without paying any cent. And so like they know like that there's a big land that is private owned. You know, you'll go to Kaside or you go to towns or go to any places, you'll see the big land, no big land like now. And then people they try to put informal settlement because they have no place to stay. They want freedom, they want to be free. Even though they are not working because of high unemployment rate. High unemployment rate. They say like we want to work. They say like we want to work because of high unemployment rate. There's no unemployment. They see a big land where they can put their shacks there. Right? Where they can put their shacks there. They say a big land where they can put their shacks there. And then people come like red ants come there. Say like, no, this land is owned by a private mama. When we hear the name, this person is staying far, is not from here. So one person can own a big land because of the benefits of apartheid. And we have those who come in front, so like, okay, we understand what happened and we are willing to work with you. Those who see they're wearing they're wearing EFF t-shirts. To say like, okay, we understand what they've been doing apartheid, no problem. We can give them some land we own. And that thing, it shows Ubuntu. Just imagine. It shows Ubuntu. And it shows like it's willing to work with all African, with all South African in South Africa. But those who say like, no, you never get the land, while they have owned a big land. They say like, no, you never get the land. I'll call Trump. Those one ideas, they say like, no, you never get, I'll call Trump. See the difference.
Approach this thing, or will approach it in the future, to make sure that we reopen the process, do it properly. But once we have transferred the land, or the new owners of the land, there must be mechanisms and plans, business plans, and project managers in place to mentor and assist these people so that those lands are farmed productively.
And Gordon
It's like, no, this is so smart. This guy is so smart. And what he's saying is what Julius Malema has been saying. So like the land must be coming back. And this is what President Ramaphosa just said. He said like, this year, I think like that was just my sign, Ramaphosa sign about, and they said like, no, this thing is against racial what is these policies. They are most of them are focused on race, you know. But guys, everything exists with a reason, and those policies they mentioned like in court, especially AfriForum and other white Afrikaners, so like the laws of South Africa, they are racial laws. Yeah, I'm still working on that topic and that thing. It's because of BBE, because of I know lots of white parties like DA, but they dominate. So like you want to remove BEE. BEE is black empowerment because of what happened during apartheid. People they remove from their own land, stay in the shacks, waiting for whites as a domestic worker or as a garden boy. You understand? So they're working as a garden boy, as a domestic worker. Sometimes our parents will come with the leftovers for us to eat. How can a person with domestic worker salary buy a land? Good. How can, because you can see like the system crashed. How can someone with a salary of domestic worker or the salary of garden boy can buy land when you say like they will not give the land back? And that salary of domestic worker, let me tell you, I want to educate you, that salary of domestic worker can buy foods, others they don't have land. They need to hire. That salary include what? Include rent, include food, include transport for kids, include clothes. You have nothing. Our mother must borrow now the money. Because of most of them, they are single parent. Grant is too small. Grant is too small. Right, the grant is too small. Then they say like these people must bear the land. With what money while they remove them? That's the question must be asked. That's why BBE come to protect these people. And again it goes it go along with a free education. We can't able with that salary of domestic worker and garden boy, you can't pay a school salary with that money. You can't do.
sees himself as a father figure for the young party.
And if you, as a white person,
This is so beautiful, man, and it's so beautiful to see like there are people who understand other people's struggle and who understand the impacts that came with apartheid, which is we focus on. When you say the impacts, we focus on negative and positive, disadvantage and advantage. Who benefited, who did not benefit.
do not join the EFF, you will not have a chance to influence it.
Rode says he's met Malema and they've had meaningful conversations. The men now look forward to May when they will vote for the EFF. Daniela van Heerden, Rustenburg.
It's a politics, you know. We are so proud to hear news like this that shows togetherness, because when we are together we can achieve more, and showing a love to each other. because of I remember when last 7 years back when Ramaphosa was talking about this historical injustice. But if you don't understand what is historical injustice, historical injustice. Historical injustice is when black people were removed from their own lands, like lots of killings, beating, crime against humanity, which was apartheid. So historical injustice is when like these people, is when like these people are, is when like these people, they yes, people, yes, thank you so much for like historical is when like now people they didn't get what they belongs to them. The land that been forcefully removed from, they didn't get their land back. Like I'm not talking about people who died because of they can't bring them back. You understand? But we talk about the land, we talk about the minerals. At least like they should own their own minerals. You understand? At least like black people should own their own minerals. You understand? Because of this thing when they are forcefully removed from their own land, when they're forcefully removed from their own land, they lost everything. They lost the standard of living. They lost their dignity. That's why, like, lots of the time you hear Julius Malema say, like, you want to bring the dignity of the black child. They don't say, like, you want to bring the dignity of a black child. They say, like, I want to bring the land because the land is going to bring dignity to a black child.
Understanding. You're with the EFF.
Yes, I am with the EFF.
Explain that to me.
Well, I explain in a simple fashion that in this country we've got more than 70% of the nation that's living in utter poverty. And if you go into the townships and especially in the squatter camps and you say our children are living, we're talking about kids. We're not talking about black, white, color. We're talking about kids. So when I look at economic freedom fighters, we are looking at changes this country to bring it into a social system where there will be no class, where the state can take control and we can live in a society where everybody can be brought up to the same level.
Because I love this point raised. You know, this point is like, we're talking about kids. We're talking about kids. It's like, we don't talk about the color. We don't talk about the black, colored, the white, Indian, or Chinese or that. We are talking about the kids who live in poverty. I'm an EFF. I'm an economic freedom fighter. But we know kids who stay in internships are white. Kids who stay in internships are white. Let's go. Most of them are colored, blacks, few whites. Because, yeah, kids who will suffer based on apartheid. So, like, these kids are going to suffer based on apartheid. Which is like, these kids are young, especially blacks, coloreds. And like now, as you can see in South Africa, we start to have whites who are homeless. And whites who are homeless, EFF is going to fight for you. That's why, like, all this video is a white Afrikaner who joined EFF. In this video, as you can see. On this video is a white who joined EFF. You understand? So like this kid, because of what he said, it's a point of like EFF is fighting for everyone to be equal. The land must be disputed. Injustice must happen. Because of if like for your father during apartheid, you got the land. And if you got the land, this is a generational wealth that will never stop. This is a generational wealth. If like your father got the land during apartheid, this is a generational wealth that will never stop, whether you like it or not. This generational thing, it will never stop because of it's going to promote inequality. Because of when you check those kids who are living in Gaza in small RDPs, we check those kids who are living in Gaza in RDPs. Their parents, most of them are what? Domestic work. Their fathers are what? garden boys. They're in how much? 3,000 a month. When now you are still, your father got the land. The big land is making 1 million a month or billion, depend about what is doing with the land. So these kids, even though they don't go to school, they're going to live the best life. Even like your father got a big land during apartheid, and the land is saving the economy and what. Even these kids, they don't go to school, they're going to live the best life ever. Even these ones who went to school to varsity, those one from domestic worker, those one from a garden boy, those one from a township that is struggling, they'll never catch up with someone who owns the big land. Whether you can run how many businesses you want, but will never catch up with the wealth that is being created. Every month is creating billions, and for years. Because remember, when we are young, still growing, this land is creating money, it generating money. And that time you generate what? Nothing. Do I make sense? Do I make sense, ma? What I'm explaining to you? Do I make sense? If I make sense, comment so let's say you make sense. Because even though like you never compete with someone at EFF means they own a big land, that land consists farms, consists everything. And when you're from township, even though you can be a teacher, you can be an accountant, you will never overcome someone who own the land, who from the big land, and that land is being creating money. That's so painful. But if you check the way how I think,
the thing of the Rainbow Nation that did not work,
Yeah.
reconciliation can only work if we both reconcile. You cannot have Nelson Mandela giving forgiveness for a racist group of people that oppressed black people in the apartheid era. And say, let us forgive them. They don't come forward and say, yes, we accept your forgiveness, let's reconcile with each other. They don't do that. We still have people in the audience here.
what a point. What a point. So like, we went through what we went through. We went to forcefully removed to our land, killing the youth. It happened in Butilo, in Bupilo, Sharpeville. The youth been killed during apartheid. Minerals being stolen from us. Cows, chicken, everything was stolen from us. And then after Nelson Mandela was arrested more than 20 years or 20 or more than that, he come back, Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela come back and say like, let's forgive them. Before they released Nelson Mandela, there's a big event when say like, we are going to release your leader, Nelson Mandela, and if you release him, stop fighting. Black people say like, yeah, we'll not stop fighting because of black people are people with peace and love. Yes, black people will say like, yeah, we're not, yeah. They were happy because of the release Nelson Mandela. They were so happy to the release Nelson Mandela. So like, let's forgive them, Nelson Mandela. Let's forgive these people. But he said like, these people never come forward to say like, yes, thank you for giving us. We're going to give the land back. We're going to what? Nothing.
We still have people in the audience here, like a gentleman there when she was talking about the black people being more educated and can actually contest for a position. I had a comment say, yeah, let's kill them. It's those comments that makes people to be killed on farms also. Because when you undermine a black person in this country longer, they are going to kill you.
Yeah.
We are not opposed to white people. We are opposed to white supremacy.
Yeah, this is what I was explaining. Malema is like, we have no problem with white people. They can be African. White people, they can be Tuana to pay the cause and accept our African culture, since this is the African continent. It's like you're not opposed white people, white supremacy. this guy always attend a podcast, and he once said like something like they said, "What like white supremacists like thinking you are better than others." You understand? When you think you are better than others. And this guy attended there, and he was saying like he was giving a beautiful speech. In that speech, he said like we should stop having these cities of people well. He said, let me take a deep breath. He said, white kids are doing well academically compared to blacks. He said something like that, or people they were so, yeah, don't say that, don't say that, don't say that. This is what this man is fighting for. He's fighting for people who think they are better than others. People who don't see other people as human, who don't see other people as they see themselves. But EFF is see everyone equal. Malema is for everyone. The only thing fighting is for this country. And for those who are living the best life are those who own 70% of the land. Because if you own 70% of the land, you own 70% of economy. This is what Julius Malema is fighting for. That's not right. And you can see like this speech is saying like now, it's clear. You can understand it very well. You can understand it very well. His speech is saying like now, so like we are fighting for those who think they are better because of maybe they benefited. This is what EFF is fighting for. And that man, he released a statement that makes me be like, wow, what do you say? Well, let's move forward.
We are opposed to racism. We are opposed to white monopoly capital. It's not about color. It's about the party that represent backwardness, a party that is a racist organization.
I've been a member since I was 18 years old. I'm 21 now.
Is your grandfather a former DA leader?
Yes, my grandfather was Leon Markovitz. I believe the DA is a white supremacist party, and I'm trying to rectify the situation here today. We need to transfer the generational wealth.
I did like this guy went to the both side of the world, and he said like I believe like DA is this part, but I'm not here to talk about DA, but I'm here to talk about what makes these people to come to EFF. What makes them? And you can see like those whites who stay in squatter camp and they will come and say like, yo, black people are so nice. And there was this guy who was saying they used to say like at home, they taught me experience. They taught me, there was this guy on TikTok, I was scrolling there, so like they taught me racism at home. He said like, they taught me racism at home. And they were telling me like, yo, blacks are like this, blacks are like this. And I was so scared of them, you know, because there's a video I was reacting on. I think you can go through that video. And people say like, no, this thing is taught. It's been taught at home. This thing is something that's been taught at home. You don't grow like that. It's a thing that is taught at home. And then I wanted to confirm. Then I collected lots of videos, I combined them, and then I started to share my opinion, right, to educate the world, to educate people. It's like they taught me. And when I found that, when I went to the street, it's like these people are so nice, Mus. They are so welcoming. They are so loving. This is what whites who are joining, whites Afrikaner, who join EFF, white Afrikaner who join EFF. Like they join EFF because of they understand they've been part of other parties. And when they come to EFF, they see like this humanity here. There's Ubuntu in EFF. Everyone is loved. Because I know like it takes a courage It takes someone who's brave and fearless as a white man to join EFF. Because of, I understand, man, that's why like lots of people, they get shocked, like, oh, we have whites in EFF. It's because of like, most of people, or based on how Malema sometimes present, it's like a mainly focus on whites, on blacks, party, right? It's like it's mainly focused on black party. So like it'll be so like, oh, we do have whites. Oh my, that's so beautiful. Become happy. Like we have whites in EFF. It's so beautiful. We love this and what and what. But when it comes to EFF, they say like, wow, this is so beautiful. This is so welcoming. You relax, you enjoy. But this
and land to the disenfranchised people of this country.
So what do you think of the residents being on the corner?
I think they yearn for apartheid. I think they use neighborhood WhatsApp groups and PPA and private security to uphold apartheid in their neighborhoods. This exists in every single white neighborhood in this country. The only difference is that in Brackenfell it's more potent and violent.
What do you think? Do you think the EFF is justified to come here and to protest outside?
I think they need to be doing more. I think we need to be taking.
So like this thing, it send good information. Even like people that can watch from like especially people from USA and Trump and to see like whatever they're saying about the genocide, why there's genocide in this country. There's no genocide. Because there are people, there are those who understand, and there are those who want to join this struggle, who understand what black people went through. And they say like, we see future in EFF. And this thing is a light, is advice, is giving something to USA, to Trump especially, to say like, there's no such things. These people are joining Malema. Someone, they say he's busy promoting what, but there are people that are joining him to show like there is a love in this country. There is a love, especially under EFF. The same as like as ANC. Just ANC, there's too much corruption. There's a difference. Because in ANC we have white people. ANC we have white people, ANC. Just the corruption in ANC. The only thing that is problem is corruption. And in ANC we have a high unemployment rate. You understand? But ANC is same as EFF. Just the EFF is the leader is speaking the truth that people they can't stand. There's not something painful like the truth. The difference, like in EFF, the leaders speak the truth that most of people, they are not ready to hear it. People, they are not ready to hear the truth that comes with Julius Malema. That's what I'm saying. Like, even like in parliament, to see like there will be conflict, there will be fights. Because of maybe like, and the beautiful thing about EFF is make all people doing corruption not could be comfortable. Like, I don't know if you've been watching my videos, if you can scroll my on my channel, MD Reacts African Politics, you can see like what is this? You can see like I've been reacting on parliaments, and you see the beautiful work of EFF. You see the beautiful work of EFF to say like, President, you say you're going to do this. What stop you not to do it? President, you say you're going to do this. What stop you to do it? Is seeking accountability. You say you're going to save these people of our country. Why don't you save our people of the country? That's so beautiful.
These protests to Clifton and Houghton Park, where the 20 million rand houses are. Okay, I think Brackenfell there's not enough money here. These poor whites are angry and violent, and they're bored with their life. We need to take it. We need to take it where the rich people have money, and they're still making money off that land, which is all generational wealth passed down from their parents.
Talk to us about the response of the WCED to this situation.
It's a DA situation. The DA is still a white supremacist party. Okay, they're not interested in.
These guys like DA is a white. I don't know about any part, but this man, I don't know, maybe he was part of DA and then he exposed what his experience. And he mentioned something like generational wealth. He mentioned something like generational wealth. What I mentioned there, I said, you'll never compete with someone who have a big land. And that land is producing. Whether you can, because of, he said like those people here, they are whites who are struggling, living in poverty, if I heard very well. He mentioned this like they are whites who are living in poverty. And then when I was keep on listening, he mentioned generational wealth to say like the generational wealth is passed to those who are living in those big cities or suburbs. So like those who are living in the big suburbs, they benefited from apartheid. It's apartheid, they call it that. It's like they benefited from the apartheid, right? And EFF is not going to like that. Besides those people are living the best life, like whites are living in towns and who are doing well. EFF is not going to take the land or whatever. It's taking the land that is not. There's a land there, man. There's land, open space land. Open space land. And they will tell like, no, this land is a private owned land and what? Yeah, it is. So white people must use what? We see the land. The land that you see, because of if you remember, the CEO of from a long time ago, I think it was 7 years back, the CEO of Forum, he said, there's 3 ways how our forefathers got the land here. And it caused a conflict. It caused a conflict to Parliament. In Parliament, it caused a conflict where it's like they came in this, they see a big land, then they took it. It caused a lot of tension in Parliament. Other EFF members, ANC members, they say like, if you own a house, this is a good example I can use because of the CEO said their forefathers, they came here and then they see a big land and they took it. But to us can happen today. We see a land that have do nothing. We want to take that land to transform to job creation. We want to take that land to transform to homes. We want to take that land to transform to businesses that's going to benefit the economy. But like now, us to take that land will be a big problem. So that this guy stand and said, he stand there and he said, sorry? He stand there and he said, yeah, oh my God, I'm tired.
In solving the problems, the wounds of apartheid, I have no faith in any DA government body to solve any situation.
And how do you feel personally when you see, as a white person, as a young white person, we're supposed to be this rainbow nation, your generation?
It's not a rainbow nation. Yeah. 94, we didn't fix the problem. Mandela sold us out. Yeah. We sold out Winnie. And today, and things like today, are part of the process of fixing that and healing these wounds.
How do you feel about the Cape Party being?
This is what I mentioned earlier on. I mentioned historical injustice, which is that President Ramaphosa loved to mention that historical injustice. Historical injustice is what he said to say Nelson Mandela sold out. The problem that happened during apartheid was never solved, which is the truth. The problem of apartheid were never solved. were never solved. And he's speaking the truth. They never sold the land. You can mention the land was never sold. The issue of the land was never sold. The injustice, people being killed, people they never get arrested. Nothing was done. And he's been the truth, say like Mandela sold us out. The injustice. And he said, like, I don't have faith. He said by himself, to say like me, I don't have faith in DA. Just imagine where now, as a black child, why you have a faith. I'm not comparing, but you as a black child, why you have a faith. Someone who been experienced, who been there. And the sad part that broke my heart, DA want to remove BBE while there's no inequality in this country. While there's no quality, fair to be treated equal. Because the country need to be fixed, like Ramaphosa said. The historical injustice must be fixed. One must be fixed, then BBE can be removed. And those are affirmative actions. They can be removed then. So like this thing is when we understand. So if we remove, if the A wants to remove those BBE and what, the justice must be served. The justice must be served. You understand? People must be equal. Then we will not have a problem with any party, not with other policies, if like the land is distributed. And so like crime in South Africa is high, guys. Crime is high. Our kids have been raped. Our kids have been killed. Everyone is in social media. Crime is high. And then it's a thing of like when whites experience crime is suicide, is genocide. When whites experience crime, is genocide. When black people experience crime, is crime. Those people who do those activities must be arrested. And the government must come with a new law. If you kill, there must be a death penalty to show like there's no genocide. And if we have that mindset, so like where others have been killed is crime, where others are killed is genocide. What it put us in the state then? What it tell us in our mind? Come on, be honest. It tell us white supremacy, which is what EFF is fighting for. To say like, let's see all of us as equal. Because of we are equal. But in South Africa, we're still having inequality. Like I said, someone would say like, when it comes to Africa, we are seeing two types of the world: township, poverty, shacks, high crime. The crime that you think you know.
Yeah. I think the Cape Party is a white supremacist organization. You see the way they're dressed, the way they're armed. They yearn for the old days, and I feel sad for them. They hold so much anger in their hearts.
And Jack, the independence, Cape Party is calling for the independence of the Western Cape.
Yeah.
This is something that we've heard from the VF Plus leader as well. What are your thoughts?
It's these white people trying to hold on to their generational wealth. They're scared of losing their land. There's very valuable land in the Western Cape. We need to take this land and transfer it to the people of this country.
Wow. What a powerful statement. What a powerful statement. Man, it's not dumb. Why you say it's dumb? Me, I'm dumb, or you said guy. Wow, what a beautiful statement. So like, because this thing of white independency, they say like they don't want to share the land. They want Cape Town, Western Cape, to be independent. It will never happen, my brother. I think it can happen in Europe, not here. In Europe, Western Cape can be independency, not in Africa, not in South Africa. Africa, we are one. We must say so no to division. We must say no to division. People have money, they want to isolate ourselves with our land. That must benefit this economy, that must benefit our people. They want to say like, well, now we are moving out. No, we are saying no to division. And this guy say like, this thing of the saying like, this thing of the this like this. This thing of they are saying, what is this? This thing of they are saying like, independency. They are scared to lose their wealth that they benefited. They are scared. That's why they say like they want to make it Cape independency. Same like, because this is still small. This is start small. Start little boy, start small, little bit. Then it grew up. You understand? Because of when I check, the same as the same as what is this? As Orania. You know, to say like black people are not allowed to stay there. They have their own currency. They have their own what, which doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. And there's a section 235 in this country that say people that must be united as South African. And it's clear like they say the reason we have Orania is because they want to protect their culture, their language, and what. Same to us. We have a Northwest, which is Botswana. We have a Free State, Sotho, KZN, Zulu, Eastern Cape, Xhosa, Limpopo, Tonga, Venda, Pedi. So if like we're going to say like we want to protect our culture and our language, what will happen about those who are staying in our provinces? Division. It's a true division. So them, they don't care about others. It's all about us. You understand? But at least like those who see like EFF, like these ladies here, who join EFF, is clear that they see the influence, the truth to save this country. Because of if EFF is not going to rule here, like this say, the people used to say, I never understood this say. People they used to say, like when they say richer will remain rich. If EFF doesn't take over this country, richer will remain rich and poorer will remain poor. You know what that's saying? Because of people are they own 70% of the land. Are they own 4% of the land. Those who live 4% of the land, they are renting, they do what. Those who are living in 70% of the land, they have extra land, they don't know what to do with other land. So based on this result, it's clear. It's saying like richer will remain richer, poorer will remain poorer. It's clear. You don't have to hide it. You don't have to be going there and there. If like EFF does not take over, or if ANC does not fix their ways, because ANC has been promising us, man, 6 years now. No, it is 32 years of ANC in power. 32 years of ANC in power. But people are still crying. 32 years of ANC in power, people are still crying about the jobs, people are still crying about, like me, I still cry about the jobs, cry about lots of stuff. Hmm? Yeah, what happened? Yeah, what happened, guys, when we're talking about deep topic like this? It's big now. You understand my point? You get what I'm saying. But let's go and listen to our new EFF members.
Mense moet EFF word want hulle is op die oomblik besig om ons te help met ons plot wat ons land wat ons gehad het, wat ons besig is om te verloor. Die mense wil ons uitgooi daarso en op die oomblik help die EFF ons om dit te kan behou want die mense, wit mense.
Yeah, guys, I don't understand, to be honest. I don't understand Afrikaans. I don't want to lie, I'm lost. But I know what you're saying. You're saying the good thing. I know you're saying the good thing about EFF. I don't understand what she's saying, but I know what she's saying because of she's part of EFF member. She say a beautiful thing. And you all can see she's wearing EFF outfit to say like, hey guys, me, I'm a economic freedom fighter. You know, like economic freedom fighter is big. Economic freedom fighter is big, is international, the party that everyone is looking at. This party. This one.
Wat wit is soos ons, wil ons.
You see, like she's happy. You can see as a visual, so like these people, they are happy, they're at home. They are at home. When Julius Malema started EFF, he know what he's doing. He know what he's doing to set everyone here free, to promote equality, to make sure everyone is living their best life in South Africa. This is a mission of the next president called Julius Malema. He understands to say like, we must be equal. And you can see these people are so happy, they are talking, you, EFF, hey, if they give feedback, man, you can feel like this is a home. Even when you can see like these people, they're at home. It's so beautiful, man.
Uitgooi en die swart mense, hulle is besig om ons te help, so daai wat hulle sê die EFF is nie goed nie en so aan, dit is nie die waarheid nie, want die EFF, hulle is op die oomblik besig om ons te help en die wit mense wil nie ons wit mense help nie. So ons moet beginne saam staan met die EFF en ons beginne saam fight saam met die EFF.
Beautiful speech, man. It's a speech. Beautiful speech, beautiful words being shared by the EFF members of this country. This is a beautiful thing ever happened. And you can see like the beautiful you are welcome to EFF. Everyone in South Africa, you are welcome to join EFF, because the only party that's going to stop crime, the only party that's going to return the land to those who forcefully removed from, is the only party that's going to fix corruption and crime in this country. EFF. You can see like these people are happy. Oh, you can see when man. And I saw like in home they are sitting there, their heart is beating hard. Their heart is do. Because of you see the movement, you see the impactful of EFF. I know like this guy, this topic may be sensitive to others. This topic may be, but this is an open reaction. I know people they will like, oh, I want to cry. Yeah, I know there are people there who were watching this and it does not see them well. It does not see them well. But don't worry, you'll make peace with it. You are not the you'll make peace with the movement of EFF.
Want as dit nie vir hulle was nie, was ons nie vandag het ons nie nog daar gebly by ons plek nie.
I'm learning more and more about the EFF policies. I also have learned that they are showing support and protection for women, which encourages me to consider more of their policies. They only have 7.
You see, this mom is like, I'm learning more and more about EFF. She was sitting there alone, thinking. And when he's thinking, so guys, I will call you. Two minutes. Hey, Busi. Kisha Bana. Hello. Hey. On a form. The best way you get ChatGPT, but I know companies do not allow people to use ChatGPT. Yeah, I get the best way because of Alena. You know, like I'm not get busy, get stream. I get like now I'm doing full time YouTube. Ask this. Ask this. Ask this. Zaman mutlu tout ça. You know, look at streamer like how like color. I shoot 4 hours video every day, maybe 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. So guys, give me 2 minutes. Sharp. So guys, someone needed help and I was you understand?
Policy, so it's worth looking into. I'm encouraged by the overall outlook. Therefore, in the coming elections in the Western Cape, I could well be voting EFF.
So the EFF is clearly.
You see, like this EFF, look, people say we are voting for EFF. Hasijigi, meaning like Hasijigi means we are not going back. What? EFF is what we are voting for. You understand? These people say like, we are not going any forward. EFF is the only way. Say EFF is the only way. We are not going forward. We are not, but going forward is what we are doing. You understand? So like going forward is what we are doing.
You realize that them singing "Kill the Boer, Kill the Farmer" is not going to get them any more support in the white communities. So what they've decided to do is to go to Kempton Park, to a very, very poor.
And they were like, based on this one, everyone can share their opinion. Like, everyone can share their opinion, but it's a thing of like, what people are saying. You get my point? Everyone can come and will never do something like that. You understand? Everyone can share their opinion, but we all know EFF is the only way. We all know with your own heart, sitting there, things like, I know EFF is the only way to go forward. It's the only way to save this country. You can see like even the people that were in EFF.
We're a suburb with mostly white people, and they decided to go and give them food parcels. But the sickening thing here is that they can't just hand out food parcels without mentioning what they've done. So they had to go to Twitter and social media and post it all over, and now make it a racial matter, as if all these white people have decided to join the EFF because they believe in the ideology. When in actual fact, the only reason that they're there and wearing the EFF.
Hi, but everybody are allowed to say their opinion, but like this, what even others they're doing for themselves. Yes, we can listen to this. We can listen to the reactions on this. But others they were coming here when the video start. When the video start, listen. When the video start, we had whites were talking to us. When they say like we are moving to EFF. EFF is the future. Talking about the EFF, talking about the policy of EFF. When the video starts, so there's someone going to feel like, oh my God, my people, they are now joining EFF, like shaking and shaking and shaking, whatever. But the truth, the people were speaking for themselves. So like, we see change in EFF and we are going forward with EFF. Stay tuned. My name is MD the Card. MD Reacts African Politics, man. He's the most, man. I'm the man to do the card, though. I'm the man to hold the card, though. I'm the man to come on the cards, though. I'm the man to come on the cards. Stay tuned. I love you so much. Bye. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so I can stay motivated and keep on showing up.